Welcome to part 5 of the Soapblock EastEnders character review of Doris Moisey. If you haven't seen previous parts, their links are in the description. And with that, let's get on with this part. No sooner has Dot gone out than she runs into our perennial pest once again, who is anything but apologetic.
Doing a bit of shopping? Here, do you know anything about these? I mean, do you think I should stick to natural tan or try evening illusion?
I've got no idea.
No, I don't suppose you have.
Doris then catches up with Jim, who literally runs away from her.
Handsome. I see you know your name then. Aren't you going to give us a kiss? It's all right. There's nobody looking. Do you fancy a cup of coffee?
Oh, well, I've just had my breakfast.
A cup of coffee won't hurt.
Look, I've got to go and see a man about what's his name, yeah? Sometime later, eh?
Dot tells Pauline that she's most unhappy about the clothes Doris is buying.
Here.
I can keep an eye on them for you if you like.
No, I'd rather do it myself, Pauline. At least if I'm here, I feel as if I'm of some earthly use.
What's he done now?
It's not him, it's her.
What, you mean that Doris? Well, surely you're not taking her seriously.
It's him taking her seriously what worries me. She's next door buying herself tights and heaven knows what.
What's wrong with that?
They're called evening illusion.
Well, just let her get on with it then. Jim knows what side his bread's buttered on. He's not interested in fancy women like her. He loves you, just the way you are.
Meanwhile, Jim shows his updated list to Patrick and explains that Dot may yet win the day thanks to her superior culinary skills.
Maybe you did something to provoke her.
All I did was walk out in a minute, Mark. Next minute, bosh, she's all over me. So I'm glad you think it's funny, mate.
No, I was just wishing I had some of your animal magnetism.
Yeah, well, you can laugh all you like, but I've been doing a bit of thinking, mate.
And have you come to a conclusion? I mean, Doris, she seemed to be coming out on top.
Yeah, well, I've realised it ain't all that simple, see? Yeah, have a look at it. Under culinary skills.
And when did you write this?
This morning.
So, you want to change Dot's score just because she made you some breakfast?
Full English breakfast, mate, on the table as soon as I woke up.
Uh-huh. Well, she may have cooked your breakfast, but Doris, she would have bring it in bed for you.
Jim continues to make comparisons in shameless fashion, even as he tries desperately to hide from Doris. Patrick seems to think it's all a bit of a joke, especially when he chooses to enlist the expertise of Barry Evans.
Intelligence, IQ.
Intelligence, huh?
Yeah, it's another one for our list. I mean, Dorothy, she'd get 5 out of 5 there, but I mean, Doris. I don't like being rude, but she's hardly the sharpest sword in the shed.
I see what's going on here. Hey, Barry, come. Tell him for a minute, man. When it comes to the fear of sex, it pays to keep your options open.
No. Actually, I totally disagree. You find the right girl and you stick with her. There is only one for all of us.
Look, now, man, if you're honest with yourself, you already know who the winner is. All you have to do is to make the choice. You want me to ask her to join us?
You're doing this on purpose or what?
Granddad, what? You know when Sonia's back from college? I really need to see her.
Yeah, well, do you want me to give her a message or something?
It's me and Nita, right? We're leaving to go to live in India.
India? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that all you got to say? Well, look, you can tell Dot. But don't let on Sonia, right? I want to tell her myself.
Soul of discretion, I am, mate. Oi, you! Quick before the searchlight gets us.
In a seemingly pointless endeavour, Jim continues to attempt to manipulate the list so that Dorothy wins.
I agree, sense of humour is an important category, Patrick. No doubt about that, but what about our squiffery and financial management?
You mean you want to add on a whole heap of things just to make Dorothy look good?
Look, that's my list, mate. I'll put on there what I like.
All right, take it easy. No need to eat off my head. It's just a bit of fun.
I've had enough fun to last me a lifetime, mate, thank you. Right, here we go. Look. reliability.
And all of this is because Dot didn't look too well on things like glamour.
No, look, all right, my Dorothy's no Marlena Dietrich and I'm no oil painting either. But when you're with her, at least you know where you are.
But Dot, feeling insecure and blissfully ignorant of the list-related deliberations, is suddenly trying to change into Doris, until Sonia talks some sense into her.
Oh, I thought you was at college.
Yeah, I was. I've cancelled the lecture, though. What are you doing?
Well, I thought I'd do your grandfather something different.
Coconut milk.
For a Thai curry.
It's a bit exotic, isn't it?
Well, I thought it'd make a nice change.
You feed him this, he'll think he's been poisoned. Dot, I thought you were a natural tan.
Well, like I said, nothing wrong with a change.
Depends who you're changing it for. Doris?
Well, if that's what your grandfather wants.
You're what Grandad wants.
Do you think so?
Of course I do. He's like Robbie. He panics if he gets a different breakfast cereal on the table. Last thing either of them want is change.
Well, didn't seem to bother him when I was away.
Dot, Grandad missed you so much. He'd never betray you. Especially not with her. You just don't compare.
Oh.
Patrick continues to advocate in favour of Doris, but when Jim sees said Doris coming into the Vic, he appears to have made up his mind in favour of Dot.
To see the latest scores. Look, now, man, if it bothers you, we could tear up the whole thing, you know. But it's supposed to help you make up your mind. I mean, look at the evidence. It's 28 points to 20. Now, that is Doris by a mile. I don't know, maybe you want to spend the rest of your life with the same woman. Or maybe it's time to move on.
That's the first sensible thing you've said all day.
Where are you going, James?
Getting away from him, aren't I?
Has Jim been in?
No, I was thinking that you only had a nice thing.
Jim comes home to find that Dot has abandoned any attempt to become anything other than Dot.
I'm in here. You're back then.
Well, if a bloke can't come home to his missus, what can he do?
You hungry?
Starving, yeah. What's that?
What?
This is here.
Oh, it was a mistake. I don't know what's come out of that shop since I was away, putting the wrong things on the wrong shelves.
Evening illusion.
That was a mistake and all.
Jim's no longer bothering with his list, Dot's happy enough, everything's fine again, but you'll never predict what the sting is in the tail.
Get off and wash your hands. Was there anyone down the pub?
No, yeah. Just the usual. Martin was having a drink with a thief, you know. Butters was a bit quiet.
Anyone else?
Hey? No. No one special, no.
There's a beer in the fridge if you want it. Don't go dripping them hands all over the floor. Don't use the tea cloth.
Ah, right. It's all right, sir. I'll get it. Hello?
Jim, it's me. Listen, man. I've been thinking about that list of yours.
Oh.
Yeah, well, there are worse things in an easy life, you know.
No, I'm not interested. No.
Wait, no, man. You mean you ain't coming back here?
No, not a chance.
Now then, where were we?
Right. How about this grabbing? Dorothy!
The next episode sees Dot sitting sadly in the laundrette at night, Meanwhile, Jim is helping Patrick with his homebrew and hasn't yet put 2 and 2 together.
God, mate, in the tail of it. 1 minute everything's normal, everything's normal. Next minute she's gone without saying a word. Slung her up just like that. I'm outside that Pauline Fowler's all afternoon, freezing cold. I haven't had no dinner. She won't give me no idea what it's about, won't talk to me, won't tell me, won't even give us a clue.
It's a complicated thing, woman. Different biology altogether.
Yeah, but Dorothy ain't gonna have hormones at her age, is she?
Dynamite.
If she knew how close she come to losing me over the last few days, she would never have gone, I'm telling you. No, she couldn't have done. I mean, how could she?
Well, they always find out in the end.
Dad, are you brewing again?
Dorothy's a Christian, not a flaming psychic.
Dad!
Okay, look, half of that. Just half of that, eh? Hey, I tell you what, leave the rest in here. Okay.
Women's intuition, all right.
They can't just tell paying guests to help themselves from the freezer.
Even Dorothy's got to have more than a sort of feeling. She's got to have some sort of proof, hasn't she? Hey! No, that list. Oh, no.
Jim apparently hasn't yet learnt the #1 rule of Albert Square. If you don't want someone to read something, guard it with your life, or preferably burn it. Oh well, too late now.
Oyster time. Oyster with my own flaming... What's it?
What exactly are we looking for?
A bit of paper with some writing on.
Well, I know that, don't I?
Well, it can't be that hard. Now, come on, look, it's just a bit of paper.
I can't help you look for it if you don't tell me what it says.
She's got it, hasn't she? Dorothy, she's found it, hasn't she? And that's why she's got the hump.
You've been betting.
Huh?
This slip of paper we're looking for. You've been betting on the dogs.
Meanwhile, Dot is not yet ready to open up completely to her usual confidant, Pauline.
It's this bit that's the worst. Once you know what you're facing up to.
Are you going to tell me what that says?
It was ever so kind of you taking me in last night, Pauline. I didn't know where to turn, but I won't be a burden on you for long.
It's all right, you can stay.
I just need to collect my thoughts, let it sink in, and then I'll know my next step, won't I? I remember Mrs. Finnerty, you know, what lives at the Housing Association flats on the High Street, saying that they're quite big enough if you're on your own.
What's happened?
You go and do your shopping. I can manage.
But never mind, Jim has a foolproof plan to make things right.
At dinner.
Right.
You know, one of them places where they do deals for pensioners. You know, free lump of cake for your afters.
That's nice.
Well, this afternoon, down the bingo, my shout.
Can't fail, can it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. She'll be having time for tea in front of the telly with her slippers on there.
Meanwhile, Patrick believes that a preoccupied Jim has not topped up the homebrew correctly and corrects the situation. Or so he believes. Jim turns up suited and flowered to the launderette, but is shot down almost before he's even walked in.
Tomato juice and scampi in a basket.
If you like, yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, but that's all we've got time for in this part. Tune in tomorrow for the next part, unless of course it's already been uploaded, in which case you'll find the link to it and all the other parts in the description. Thank you very much for watching this Soapblock EastEnders character review. With a new video uploaded every day, please subscribe and also share, like and comment. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.